Welcome to our 30 minutes of yin yoga. Today as we move, please adjust our shapes as needed for your body. In yin, as I mentioned, we hold shapes for a longer period of time, which means we don't have to find the most intense shape at the beginning. Time provides much of the intensity for us. So in today's practice, let's get started laying on our backs for our Shavasana. So we're going to start in our corpse pose today, laying on our backs. Legs out nice and long, arms down by the sides, letting the shoulders come underneath you, and let's take a deep inhale through the nose. Full exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And then start to breathe in and out through the nose. Taking a moment to settle into the body. I'd like you to start by taking your attention to the crown of the head. And feeling a relaxation, a release of the crown of the head. Down through the back of the skull, like you feel the head heavy into the ground. Feel that release of the head just relaxing into the earth. And then let the shoulders soften, soften, soften down to the ground. Relax the shoulders down, feeling their connection to the earth. You feel the arms relax as well. And you'll take the attention down through the head, the shoulders, down the spine, until you land at the hips. Feel the hips completely release into the earth. Completely soft across the front of the hips and the back of the buttocks. And then relaxing down through the legs all the way to the heels. Can you feel the heels and the lower legs and the feet completely soften down? So in this way, the entire body is at ease. The entire body is relaxing down to the earth. You can let the body be at peace, be at rest. And feel that softness here. We're going to reach the arms up overhead. And you're going to think about the torso staying exactly as it is. And the right hand is going to wrap around the left wrist. And you're going to take the right hand and wrist and shoulders over to the right. So it's like you're doing a little side bend, but on the ground. And then you're going to walk the feet over to the right as well. The left ankle can cross over the right ankle. This is called banana asana because you're shaped kind of like a banana here. And here we're going to breathe. Feeling more and more length through the left side of the waist, the left side of the body. Again, remembering that time is going to provide some of our intensity, so we don't need to get so deep into it. We don't need to feel like we're pulling or straining. As long as there is some sensation, you are doing something, you are here, it is enough. And all this week in our practices, whether it was vinyasa or yin or meditation, all these yoga and meditation practices we've done, we've been focusing on feeling emotion and energy come and go. I'm not letting anything get stuck in the body. Today I really wanted to focus on feeling the okayness of the broad spectrum of emotions that we feel. You know, sometimes we feel a little guilt or anxiety, anger or fear, nervousness, whatever it is that comes into the body. Can we be okay with it? Not turning our heads or being angry at the anger or afraid of our fear or sad at our sadness. Instead, just seeing it for what it is, passing emotion, passing sensation. So in your practice today, let's try to find that and feel that, noticing sensations as they arise and letting them be there, even if they're not the most comfortable. Let's slowly walk the hands and feet back to center. And then wrap the left hand around the right wrist, reach the hands and shoulders over to the left, and then feet walk over to the left, right ankle crosses over the left ankle. We side stretch to the left, finding our length. Breathe into the right side waist. Noticing what comes and goes. Breathing into the sensation that is here. And releasing whatever needs to be released. Being present to your body and its sensations. No judgment, no story. Three more breaths. If you ever need to release and exhale out through the mouth to let the body soften a little more, you do so. You come back to center. Unwind the legs, take the arms back down by the sides, and we're just going to simply roll onto the belly. So roll your body over, come onto the belly. We'll take a moment in crocodile pose. So taking the forearms across the top of the mat, head resting down on the forearms or onto the hands. You'll likely have your forehead facing down. I'm just facing towards you so you can hear me. And let's take 3 deep breaths, feeling the expansion of the belly into the earth on the inhale, and the release of the body on the exhale. 2 more like that. And last one. From here, you'll come into a Sphinx pose. So the forearms now will be parallel to each other. Elbows underneath the shoulders, palms on the earth, tops of the feet on the ground, or you give a little wiggle in the hips. And really press into the forearms and feel like you're drawing the forearms back in space, the shoulders draw back. And you can drop the head here, relaxing the back of the neck. If it feels better for you to keep the gaze forward, of course, please do. But you might find a little more ease if you just drop the head. Press into the forearms and just feel that lengthening through the front body. One of my favorite pieces of yin, I probably mentioned it every class, but it really rocked my world when my teacher, Gretchen, she said, the point of yin, or what our work in yin, is to come to the shape and then resolve to stay. If I have any other commitment-ophobes, resolving to stay, Might seem a little scary. So maybe here you just welcome, notice, oh, there's some fear. I'm a little scared of that commitment. I'm scared of resolving to stay. That's okay. Give it 2 more breaths. You might choose to stay here. If you want to take this back bend a little deeper, take the hands out towards the corners of the mat. Press into the hands to start to straighten up the arms, coming into seal. And then you'll just feel like you're drawing the shoulder blades together, letting the chest drop. So the shoulder blades draw together, the head relaxes. So it's like you're trying to make the chest as heavy as it can be. The shoulder blades are drawing together, the head is soft. You are breathing here. And a sense of ease. Or maybe not a sense of ease, and can you welcome that in? I was reading a book of Shambhala Buddhism. It's called The Path of the Peaceful Warrior, and in this book, it's the leader of the Shambhala Buddhist tradition, and he said something about you don't have to be embarrassed to be human. And at first I had this moment of like, embarrassed to be human? What does that even mean? Like, is that a thing? Are people embarrassed to be human? The more I thought about it, the more I realized, yeah, actually, we can be embarrassed by our emotions, by our mistakes, by our thoughts. Sometimes we're embarrassed by our strengths, sometimes we're embarrassed by our weaknesses. There can be a resistance to our humanness. Let's instead invite it all in, the positive, the negative, the strengths, the weaknesses, what we like, what we don't like. Let's actually see it all. Take another inhale. On the exhale, start to bend the elbows to come down. If you're in that Sphinx or for the seal, bring the hands together, elbows wide, forehead down to the hands, a little wiggle in the hips, some length down the spine. Take 2 breaths. Slowly, 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 please take your time to come back through child's pose. So you press into the hands, draw the knees forward, and then take the hips back. Relax the shoulders. Feel the back body soften and lengthen. Feel the length through the spine, the rounding here. As you let the head soften and let go towards the earth. Slowly start to walk the hands back to come up to your seat. We'll be sitting here on the shins, moving into saddle pose. Sometimes it's called hero's pose. Now, there's going to be a few different ways that we can go about this. Traditionally, saddle or heroes, you take the feet wide and sit the hips down between the feet. Now, my hips don't touch the ground. So if your hips touch the ground, great, be here. If your hips don't come down to the ground like mine, no problem. One option, if you have a blanket or towel, you can actually sit on it and create a little lift. If that's not enough, maybe you get a yoga block or even a book, something to sit on. If you're like, ugh, this is just my knees, I'm not liking this. For me, this towel actually isn't even enough. So I'm gonna actually just sit on my heels, okay? Sitting on your heels still isn't accessible. Sukhasana. Just take a seat, okay? Find your shape, whatever it looks like for you. I'm sitting on my heels. And think of drawing the tailbone down and then lifting through the crown of the head. So you feel this lengthening through the back of the spine. Feel that length. Notice how it gives you a little more space in the front of the hip flexors. Now, no matter where you are, even if you're in your Sukhasana in the cross-legged seat, you may choose to take the fingertips behind you and gently start to lean back. We are in no rush to get anywhere here. If your body really loves coming back and you can come back pretty far or even get your body down onto the ground, feel free to get there. Again, if you're a little more like me and you need to slowly move in these shapes, you move slow. You find a place where you say, oh, there's sensation, but I can still breathe, and then rest there. If at any point you feel the call to move a little deeper into the shape or a little less deep, you can change it up as you need. And breathe into your stretch. We're not trying to feel this really deep in the knee. We're aiming to feel it more towards the front of the hips and thighs. Just be gentle with your body. Can you rest in the sensation? Letting whatever arises, let it arise. Tara Brach, a meditation teacher, she says, this belongs. That's something she says when some negative emotions come up. This belongs. This is okay to feel. This is okay to notice. Recognizing you're not trying to say that you're condoning the emotion, that you want to stay in it. There's none of that. It's just simply saying it's here. So there's no use fighting it because it is here. Sunny days, cloudy days, rain, wind, snow. Unfortunately, we don't have that much control over it. Same emotions, they come. And relax into the shape. And on your next breath, you'll slowly start to walk the hands forward, gently bringing the body back up. Take your time. There's no rush. No rush. As your counter, perhaps you bring the body forward onto hands and knees. And you can stretch one leg out, pulling the heel back in space. Moving back and forth. Then it's doing the other side, right leg or left. Right, noticing our yoga practice, it is this practice of opposites. We bend one way, then we bend the other. And that is life. If you have positive, the negative is somewhere. If you have negative, the positive is somewhere. They go together. Okay, right knee comes down to the ground. Come to sit on your hips. Take your legs out long. We're going to move into a caterpillar pose. Caterpillar, Paschimottanasana. Slowly round through the spine. Let the head relax. Palms can face up. Can you remove the need to get anywhere? Remove the need to run away from what your body is doing and saying at this moment. And be exactly where you are. Resolve to stay. Same when those negative emotions show up. Can we resolve to stay? Resolve to see them. And be right here. Let's take 3 more breaths. And slowly come all the way back up to your seat. So we're getting ready for our final rest pose for our Shavasana shape. Now, if you do have a blanket or towel, in our last practice, we took this shape and I really loved it, and I thought maybe we'd try it out again. So it's a supported fish pose, a supported fish shape. So you'll take your blanket and you'll roll it up into a nice little tube. And then depending on how long your tube is, you might need to fold it in half. So want that tube to be about a foot, 18 inches or so. It's going to go underneath your spine. If you have that tube, you're going to bring your hips right in front of the spine, or in front of the tube, and then lay down on that little lift. Head will come down onto the ground. From here, you can have feet on the ground, knees together, or soles of the feet together, knees apart, resting. This might be your Shavasana shape today. If you don't have that blanket, you can do this shape, but just not have the blanket underneath you. It'll still feel great. Or if traditional Shavasana is more your thing, you can simply lay down, legs long, relaxing down. Find your shape. Settle. Feeling the head relax. And shoulders, hips, and feet. so that these landmarks of the body are releasing more and more into the earth. Rumi said, "This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. Be grateful for whoever comes because each has been sent as a guide." Can we release the embarrassment of being human and instead welcome everything as it arises? Knowing that through these practices that we've created, we've primed our body to let the emotions continue to flow, trusting they will not get stuck in our bodies, but will be released in their own time. Whether it's through a Siswati yoga practice, through breath work and meditation, through singing, through a walk in nature, painting or creative endeavors, we can release and move the emotions and the energy. Take a deep inhale, full exhale. If your knees are apart, take the hands to the thighs, gently draw the knees together. If your legs are long, bend the knees to walk the feet in close. You'll roll over onto your side and press into the hand to come up to your seat. Eyes can be closed. Hands can press at the heart. Taking a moment to notice the energy in the body, to notice what may have shifted through our practice today. We'll inhale deep. Exhale to send positive energy and healing to someone in the world that needs it. Inhale. Exhale to send gratitude and strength to our healthcare workers. Inhale. Exhale to send clear-sightedness, compassion, fortitude to our leaders, our community members, and policymakers. Take another breath in. Gratitude, appreciation to yourself for taking time to practice, to learn how to move the energy and to be connected to your humanness. We'll take the thumbs to the forehead. The light in me very humbly bows to that same light in each one of you. Namaste. Thank you all so much for practicing. I appreciate you being here. These practices are by donation. If you do feel so called to contribute, you can please send something over to my Venmo. It's at Samantha-Attard. That information is over in my Instagram profile. I am Samantha Attard. You can always find more information over at spirocollective.com,
S-P-I-R-O collective.com. I am teaching a prenatal yoga class on Saturday. It's not here on Instagram. If you are interested, if you know anyone that's pregnant, please send them my way, either in direct messages or by email, sam@spiritcollective.com. I'll be back here doing yin on Sunday, 7 p.m., and we'll probably do the same schedule next week. I think it worked really nicely. Sunday, yin, Monday, meditation, both at 7 p.m., Tuesday, vinyasa at 5, and then Thursday, yin at 7. It's been really great. If you have any feedback, if you are more interested in us practicing via Zoom instead of Instagram, if you'd like to see different times or formats, please let me know. I love to hear from you.